My name is Dale Baskett, football speed specialist, and I'm going to be sharing today a number of drills for defensive backs. In these drills, our objective is to help you as coaches learn how to do such things as backpedal, lateral, change direction effectively and efficiently with speed, keeping in mind now that speed is one thing when we're running straight ahead and sprinting, but it's also another when you're on the field of play. That is called football speed, and that becomes a much different type of movement procedure that requires particular skills and knowledge and understanding to apply to get your athletes to be able to make the proper changes of direction, the proper plants, the proper, as I said, back pedals, laterals, angles. And playing defensive back has a multitude of different movements that are required. Probably athletically one of the more skilled positions there is on the field in terms of athleticism, simply because they're required as defensive backs, whether it be safety or cornerback, to go through a number of different types of movements. And keep in mind, they're having to mirror the athletes changing in front of them and react to that. And therefore, quickness and ability to handle yourself well is going to be paramount for your athletes to be very successful with the types of speed that they are going to be going through. With that being said, let's move on now and let's get started with a series of different drills that are going to prepare them for these things that I have now mentioned. Let's start with our first teaching application, which is teaching your young men how to properly lateral. You know, lateral is a very unusual way to run. We, as human beings, we're really not designed to run backwards, and therefore it's probably the slowest of the three types of runs that we can have. One being straight. Obviously, sprint speed is lineal. It's very dynamic. Lateraling is another type of run procedure, which also you can move pretty fast with a lateral. Backpedaling has its limitations, and that's simply because to apply power and force to the ground and move rapidly, there's only just a degree of success you're going to enjoy with that. So it's really important that the technique that we show you today is worked on well, and the positions we put the athletes in are going to allow them to be able to move to their maximal capability. And again, simply because of angle, simply because of what they're doing. And now with this young man, we're going to show you a frontal view of the back pedal as you see it going away from you. Same view that you would have if you're on the offensive side of the ball. Now, in this particular view, I want you to take special note the fact that his elbows, which is very critical, are kept in and not outside of his body, but we're keeping them in. The other thing is that in tracking alignment, that is arm rotation, you can slightly let the arm come inside, which will really give you an advantage theoretically on being able to move faster. If you are going to track straight, you won't be able to turn the arm rotation quite as quick. And again, as I said, backpedaling is not a very quick activity to begin with. It's the slowest of the three types of runs that we usually utilize on the field. So again, let's watch where he's at. And strictly tracking alignment and what he's doing with that shoulder rotation, which is very active, gearing the legs to move. Staying over the top of his knees with his chest. Go ahead and take a look at this.